let's talk about you, Director of Operations over at Top
Yeah.
Cow.
Yeah, no, it's a cool job. It's really a job that I've always wanted my entire life as a kid. And yeah, I'm the director of operations. I started off as the operations coordinator, and going on my third year at Top Cow, going on my third San Diego Comic Con with them, going on my 10th year going to San Diego Comic Con. So it's a really important time, and it's cool that my job is kind of reflecting where I'm going and where I'm at in comics. And for those of you that don't know what director of operations means, in comics it means you kind of do a little of bit of everything. You
Yep.
know, we're a pretty small, tight publishing corridor of Image Comics. Top Cow was founded 26 years ago. The founder was Marc Silvestri, so it's also, it's an honor to work with Mark and Matt Hawkins. So yeah, I'm really lucky to be where I'm at right now.
That's awesome. I mean, it's amazing that you've been there for 3 years. So, like a day-to-day operations, like what are you doing there? Are you making sure books get done? Are you like looking editor stuff? Are you making sure books get shipped? Are you making sure like Comic Cons are set up? What's your process?
So, I mean, it's a little bit of all that, I get to come in and I started off doing more of the social media aspect. So I handle the day-to-day social media, the Top Cow Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those various profiles, answering as many questions as I can. There's a lot of folks that are very passionate about the characters, and the books and the creators. So I try to help them, answer some questions, get, sometimes their collections aren't missing with the certain issue, and I try to help them find that or piece, or try to help them understand what we're doing. Now, I also get to work a lot of the comic book conventions across the country, so I'll go and set up those shows and speak with a lot of fans that are passionate Top Cow or comic book enthusiasts. I get to check out the books. I get to do like the day-to-day meetings with Matt and our editor and our production manager. I do a lot of like graphic design, create a lot of ads. I do the press relations as well. So a lot of the press that we've been getting for the last 2 years is something that I've overhauled, and it's been something that I could do because I used to be a journalist, and I used to write about comic book news and interview creators for comicsbeat.com.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, yeah. So I did that for about 4 years, and if it wasn't for that experience, I wouldn't be here. The person who discovered me for that was Heidi McDonald. So, Heidi, if you're watching, thank you for helping me. So I do the press. I also have the 2018 for me has been trying to break into the library market.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been talking to a lot of
AL,
libraries.
ALA and-
Yeah, ALA. That's I'm gonna do that show hopefully soon, or one of those. And like they do like an annual show, then they have these like quarterly shows. I didn't get to go this last time because I was at Denver Comic Con, but there was a really awesome Mosaic Award, like a graphic novel literature appreciation award that Denver Comic Con. It was their inaugural awards ceremony, and they invited a lot of librarians, and there was a lot of key players that work with ALA there. So it was a really cool experience to get that face-to-face time because I never really thought about libraries,
Yeah, they're
and
huge supporter of comic books, and they buy a lot, and a lot of people check out books through there.
right, and it's just a completely different beast.
Of course.
There, the direct market is the lifeblood of comics, and typically with the direct market, you see a lot of people that have like either a history with certain comics or order what sells.
Of
And
course.
with libraries, it's all about circulation. And a lot of the times, librarians they're not picking to sell. They're picking just to have that eclectic collection.
Of course. They want to have
And
that everything where people can go in and be like, I heard about this. Where can I find that? It's,
right.
Your library has it. You should-
Yeah.
Like, when's the last time you went into your library? You should go
Exactly.
check it out.
Exactly. And I think, over the years we've had an explosion of comic book stores come up, and then, with the economy the way it is and the way it's going, there's always that uncertainty, and there are more libraries and communities than there are in comic book stores.
Yep.
And I'm very grateful to be in Los Angeles, where there are a ton of comic book stores that really do their jobs well. And I'm lucky to also be in a city where there's a lot of comic book creators that either live here or they're coming here because of film and television. So you get to meet them at these amazing shops. So yeah, I also do direct outreach with the with retailers, comic book store owners, and comic book sellers, and I also talk to them a lot and email and correspond and kind of set up events, across the country. So I get to do a lot of everything, and I'm really grateful for that because I, you don't really get that. You never get to see how the sausage is made.
Yep. And you get to figure out, you get to make the sausage.
Yeah.
You're like, you figure out the formula to make stuff happen and
Right.
see how stuff actually gets done. So it's really cool to see that.